Good evening, everyone. My name is Shailesh Shukla. I'm University faculty. Today, we are going to discuss one of the most important topic that is related to mains. As you know, in mains, the topic called contributors and contributions from different parts of India is the most relevant one. From that one, I'm going to present in front of you a topic named relevance of Mahatma Gandhi. Relevance of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, one of the greatest freedom fighter, the father of modern India, the maker of modern India, is one of the very important political figure regarding your history, especially modern Indian history, and that is also important for the essay paper, right? And Gandhian ideology is much more important in GS paper 4. So overall, this topic is one of the most important topic. So we need to discuss it. What are the experiments done by Mahatma Gandhi? What is the relevance of Gandhian ideology in the freedom struggle, and also its impact in 21st century, right? So let's get into it. The very first thing that we need to understand is question arises. There is always a question mark. What is the relevance? Or history means a set of WH questions. History always says or starts with the WH questions, right? So what is the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi? The very first thing is, in this ever-changing and fast-moving world, the world is stuck between different actions and reactions. Today, we have lots of political, economic, social, cultural problems that is ongoing throughout every nook and corner of the world. Because of that, Gandhian ideology that is being reviewed in today's world. Now, let's try to understand how Gandhi as a leader evolved, how Gandhian ideology has evolved, and how it can be used to solve the problems of modern world or modern India, right? So let's get started with the context. Gandhi can be regarded as, or Gandhi has propounded the gospel of truth, non-violence, and tolerance, right? The try of these three terms, truth, non-violence, and tolerance. Gandhi experimented with these three things in a time when world was going through most tumultuous times in the history. The period of dictators, the person like Mussolini, the person like Hitler, the person, the Japanese dictatorship that was going on in Asia. So that was a much more a testing time for the Gandhian ideology that depended itself upon the truth, non-violence, and tolerance, right? So Gandhi did some experiments in the world. Gandhi did some experiments in the world. What were the experiments done by Gandhi that are much more relevant in today's period, or that became the ideal of modern India, the ideals which were included in the Indian constitution? The very first experiment was Gandhiji most probably was the first leader. Gandhiji most probably was the first leader who talked about communal harmony. Communal harmony slash Hindu Muslim unity. Gandhiji was most probably the first person who talked about communal harmony and Hindu Muslim unity and weaved it into a political cloth that benefited Indian freedom struggle. As you know, Gandhi ji has experimented with the Hindu-Muslim unity during the Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement. Some of his critics say that Khilafat movement is an extraterritorial issue that Gandhi ji could have avoided. But Gandhi ji saw this Khilafat issue as an opportunity to forge Hindu-Muslim unity, right? So, this was the first experiment done by the Gandhi ji regarding the communal harmony, and Gandhi ji was the first person who recognized the diversity of India, the idea of unity, which was much more relevant in India at that period of time, and which he continued to uphold till his death. Even he was shot or assassinated during the last years, he remained adamant regarding the Hindu-Muslim unity. He was ardently against the formation of Pakistan, the state which was formed on the basis of religion. So we were the first person who politically used the Hindu-Muslim unity. Second thing, while talking about his experiments, Gandhi ji was the first person, most probably the first person who used religion in politics. Religion in politics in positive way. Religion in politics in positive way, right? The misuse of religion in politics is not new for India, right? We have seen the relevance of or the experimentation of religion in politics. For example, using of Shivaji festivals, Ganesh festivals by Bal Gangadhar Tilak in for the promotion of nationalism among the Indian masses. But rather than doing better, it also showed the seed of communalism in Indian politics. Gandhi ji did just opposite. Gandhi ji used religion in politics not in the way of the symbolism, not in the way of the symbolism, but he used religion in politics for the purpose of inculcating moral and ethical values. Moral and ethical values. He propounded Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai आपस में सब भाई भाई. He propounded ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मत दे भगवान, right? He propounded and intermixed different moral and ethical ideas from different religions and tried to make it uniform, try to make it the most practical as per the Indian traditions. So Gandhi ji can be known as the person who used religion in politics, that also in the most positive way, right? Third thing, while talking about the Gandhi ji, you might be knowing the Gandhi ji was a Vaishnava person. Gandhi was a Vaishnava person. Gandhi talked about the idea of the Ram Rajya. Ram Rajya. What does this Ram Rajya means? If you see modern politicians, Ram is one of the most revered figure in the political arena, in the political masses. But what the politicians do is, they prefer the symbolism of Ram rather than his ideals. Gandhi ji always proposed about the ideals of Ram. Ideals of Ram rather than just symbolism. Rather than just symbolism. So that is the difference we need to know. If Gandhi was there in India in the having the issue of Ram Rajya or the issue of Ram Janmabhoomi case, he could have presented that case in quite different form, right? Many civil rights groups or many Gandhians, they try to present this viewpoint. What would have happened if Gandhi ji was alive in today's period? How could he have tackled the issues, right? So that is the thing you need to understand. Being a Vaishnav, having the idea of Ram Rajya, Gandhi ji preferred the ideals rather than just symbolism. So these are the things that you need to understand, right? Second thing, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the second thing. What is the second thing? Look, Gandhiji, by using the religion, Gandhiji, by experimenting with the religion, Gandhiji also talked about the ideas of humanism, the modern ideas of humanism. What is the humanism? Humanism means placing humanity above everything, having a sense of region, inculcating a sense of modernity while dealing in a polity, while dealing in a society, while dealing in a person or individual basis. For example, he was against the untouchability, but he was supporter of caste system. He was supporter of caste system, but he was against the idea of untouchability. So we need to understand where Gandhiji stood and different types of issues that are still relevant, that are still practiced in today's period. So Gandhiji was an ardent follower of idea of humanism. Gandhiji was also an anarchist. Gandhiji also experimented with this idea, anarchist. What does Gandhian anarchism means? Gandhian anarchism tells us about that a person should be questioning each and every action of the state. A state must be questioned in each every case, right? Otherwise, there is a very thin line between a lawful state and lawless state, a just state and an authoritarian state, right? So we need to understand it. Gandhiji was an ardent anarchist. At the same time, Gandhiji can be also talked about as a global citizen. Gandhiji can be also talked about a global citizen. He experimented with those things. A person who was born in a conservative Baniya family with a strong economic background, a person who longed for law education. He went to England, right? He went to England for the law education. He did his professional experiment in South Africa, fought against apartheid regime, fought for the rights of the Indian migrants, fought for the rights of the Indian businessmen, fought for the rights of the black people residing there, and just propagated the same philosophy or promoted the same lessons that he learned from South Africa in the Indian freedom struggle after his arrival on 9th January 1915, right? So let's get into it. Humanism, anarchy, and he can be also experimented as a global citizen. You can take the example of he used to present each and every cause. He used to present his views on different causes. He was against the World War. He also wrote letters to the Hitler telling him the ill impacts of the war. If war was not stopped, what damages could war do upon the humanity? So we need to understand each and everything. The first experiment that was done by the Gandhiji was regarding this overall thing, right? Let's try to understand the second one. What is the second experiment that is being done by the Gandhiji, right? So we'll try to understand. Second experiment is experiment number 2. Gandhiji experimented with trio ideas of non-cooperation, civil disobedience, sorry, this part of board is not working, civil disobedience, and the last one is the Quit India movement. What does it mean? What are the trio ideas of non-cooperation, civil disobedience, and Quit India movement? Look, Gandhiji had already done his internship regarding freedom struggle in South Africa. And Gandhism means the biggest power or the greatest power regarding to Gandhism is the ideas of truth, non-violence, and tolerance. and tolerance. But these ideas can be supported only with the mass mobilization. Only with the mass mobilization. If there is no mass mobilization, these ideas are worthless, right? So Gandhiji, after entering into India in the very segmental way, in the regional way, he had done some experiments like the Champaran Satyagraha, the Kheda Satyagraha, and the Ahmedabad mill strike. By doing these three experiments, what he did was he awared the masses, he spread the awareness among the Indian masses. He brought together different sections of the society. Like by Champaran Satyagraha, Gandhiji brought the farmers, the poor into as a political mass, right? Second, by Ahmedabad mill strike, he brought two great sections together. One is the workers, and other one is the businessman, whom Gandhi used to call trusteeship. Whom Gandhi used to tell them, you have to follow the idea of trusteeship. So he brought these workers and businessmen by engaging in the Ahmedabad mill strike. And third major experiment before this all India or the mass movement was the Kheda Satyagraha. Kheda Satyagraha was also it also benefited Gandhi by bringing back the farmers, and all these three experiments before the trial of non-cooperation, civil disobedience and Quit India movement. What Gandhiji did was Gandhiji politicized Indian masses. He brought different sections of the society that, look, you need to understand what is going on in India. You are being exploited. Dadabhai Nauroji had already written in 1868 the book called Poverty and Non-British Rule. He told that what type of drain of wealth has been going on in India at that period of time. You need to be aware. You need to be sensible. And united we stay, divided we fail. Right? So Gandhiji was the first person who brought this theme. And at the same time, Gandhiji also realized for the first time during this experiment that India lives in villages. Where does India live? India lives in villages. It was not that there was not any mass movement before Gandhi. The Swadeshi movement that was organized in 1905 post-partition of Bengal, right? There were mass movements, but those mass movements were confined to the areas of urban people, right, or the urban areas. Gandhiji for the first time put a point of view that, look, India lives in villages. If you want freedom, if you want to rescue people from political, economic, social and cultural exploitation, what you need to do is you need to aware the people or the masses who live in the villages, the working classes, the women, the untouchables. And under that, Gandhiji also worked for the emancipation of women. Emancipation of women. Gandhiji was most probably the first person who talked about the gender equality. Emancipation of women. We talked about the gender equality, right? Gender equality. He motivated even his own wife, Kasturba Bai, to lead the movements. When Gandhiji was leading the movement of Champaran, when he was having political meetings, Kasturba Bai was engaged in making the women aware about the cleanliness habits. As you know, Gandhiji is a figure of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So what he did was he engaged Kasturba Bai in managing the cleanliness drive in the Champaran Satyagraha. He made Kasturba Bai to make the women's literate, to present or to make literacy programs to run literacy program, to make the women aware, to make them able to read and write and understand the political scenarios, and become a very relevant tool of the freedom struggle of that period of time, right? So Gandhiji was also played a very main role in emancipation of women. Not only that, during these three things, Gandhiji also talked about the, you know, the upliftment of vulnerables, vulnerables, upliftment of the vulnerables, upliftment of the disadvantaged, upliftment of the disadvantaged, upliftment of the untouchables, untouchables, upliftment of the untouchables, right? He used to produce lots of articles, lots of magazines. His magazine, he called the untouchable people Harijan. His magazines like the Indian people, Indian opinion, right? So what he did was, he wrote so many of articles, he presented his opinions regarding these things. You might have heard about the Gandhian talisman. You might have heard about the Gandhian talisman. And what is that? Gandhian talisman tells that while making a policy, always keep into the mind whether your policy decisions are of any value for the last person standing in the queue. If the person standing last in the queue is being benefited by your policy, that means your policy is worthy, right? So Gandhiji evolved these all policies, awakened the masses, talked about the disadvantaged, vulnerables, made them aware, right? Spread the education, the ideas of health, cleanliness during these three great movements that extended from 1922, 1946, or you can tell about the 1947. So this was the second experiment that was done by the Gandhi. Gandhi means the mass leader. Even in today's world, the Gandhian ideas of non-cooperation, civil disobedience, and the Quit India movement, these things are still practiced by the leaders. They try to imitate Gandhi if they are protesting against any of the ill policy presented by the government of India, right? So that is the second thing we need to understand. Third experiment done by Gandhi. What is the third experiment that was done by Gandhi? Experiment number 3. The idea of self-reliance. The idea of self-reliance. Gandhiji presented the idea of self-reliance. As you know, when Gandhi was there in India or the 20th century, India was colony of Britain. Or you can say India was subservient in political, economic, social, and cultural matter. And this subservience or the exploitation of the Indians was possible only because of the drain of wealth or drain of the resources that was being done by the Britishers from India. When Gandhiji entered into the scene, what he did was, he promoted the people to become self-reliant. He wanted the people to adopt the ideas of Swadeshi, the ideas of boycotting foreign goods, the idea of boycotting foreign schools, foreign courts, right? He wanted the people to become self-dependent. For that purpose, what he did was, in the self-reliance way, he used the idea of khadi, right? He used the idea of khadi. He wanted, by using khadi, he was trying to promote the cottage industry of India, right? And by reviving the cottage industry of India, he was trying to reverse the ill impact of deindustrialization that was being done by the Britishers. What Britishers did was, Britishers destroyed India's agrarian prosperity. Britishers destroyed India's industrialized economy, and Britishers just made Indian economy slave of the British economy, right? So Gandhiji for the first time talked about the self-reliance. He talked about that we need to reverse the ill impacts of the deindustrialization, and only by becoming self-reliance we can inculcate, or you can just groom the idea of self-dependence. Only then people will have confidence in themselves, and then only they will participate in the lots of mass movements that are being organized by the Gandhi. So Gandhiji was of this view, right? By promoting this cottage industry, Gandhiji was promoting the local entrepreneurship.